Hello, hello. So it's been a few days since I've actually streamed this game. Um, I still have trouble not playing it though. So there's a lot of things that I've done uh, that I can show off here. So I've made a bit more progress on this shopping mall. I've put up more librarians in here. Um, Not much to say about that. Kind of is what it is. I had to cover up the sort of moat that I had going on here because villagers kept falling in there, getting stuck, and it looked really, really bad. I still occasionally see them fall down off of there, so I'm gonna need to leave the water covered with that dirt until this shopping center is complete, or at least complete enough that they can't get up on the roof and then fall down. Yeah, I checked my frames per second before the beginning of the stream, and it's quite a bit better than the last time that I was in this village. So something that I did here has helped with the lag situation. So I shouldn't be dropping frames when I'm in here anymore. Yeah, 74. That's double the frames that I was getting the other night while I was down here. So I don't know what was messing with that. Maybe there's a monster cave that was full of stuff that I couldn't see. Let's go ahead and get some of this junk out of my inventory. And then we can head to the main base. Show you some of the stuff that I've been doing there. The main base is another area where I was having framing troubles. And I think I've got that resolved. So I haven't decided what we should work on tonight. If it is the shopping mall, I'm actually going to build this floor's ceiling taller than the main one and taller than I normally make my ceilings. Uh, just so that the iron golems can fit through the stairwell. And then I'll still be able to get them out of there if they spawn inside the building. Because they can't go up and down this stairwell. And I have to lead them out like that if they spawn on the second floor. I don't want to leave them there because I find them kind of irritating. Well, and pulling them into that crude little trap, it actually is a pretty good source of iron. Depending on how aggressively I rope them in, it can actually produce more than my actual farm that I built there. So this donkey is another new thing. Um, it had just been kind of wandering around at the top of my mountain, next to the elevator to the monster farm for a long time. And the reason I finally went through the effort of taming it, even though I've had saddles for a while, was I found out that donkeys are... You can ride them and have a treasure chest on them. So it's like you're getting a horse plus a llama. And it's always the 5 rows if it's a donkey. So that's just a really good deal. All right, so we've got a little shack here, a little boathouse. It's meant to just be just kind of a little dockside structure. A little bed, you know, a bed, a treasure chest, just a little convenience building. So right there, you can see the experimental setups that I was using to figure out wool farming. And I was able to get my own designs up and running. I also looked at some tutorials, looked at other people's designs. And I ended up I made an automatic wool farm near here. It's pretty similar to it's pretty similar to one of the tutorials I saw on YouTube. They're just spaced out a little bit differently. We can head over there in a minute. I've also been really changing this main open area. It's kind of less productive since we've gotten our animals out of here, but it produces way less lag. Like, in the other stream, when I was over here, I was getting like 30 frames a second and a bunch of notifications from Streamlabs. So it must have looked like total garbage. But with the giant chicken pen out of here, the giant cow pen out of here, actually not even that many of the sheep. Probably like a third of the sheep, maybe even a quarter, are gone now. And that's just really cleared things up. Yeah, I had already moved the chickens back here because I was going to have, you know, crops over there, animals back here, so that just to cut down on the noise. But when I noticed the framing issue, yeah, I tore this little chicken pin down, and we might drop some frames, but let's just take a quick look at the animal pins. I moved them really far away so that they won't be loaded while I'm at my main base. And there's all the chickens. There's the main cow pen. And I've also got a little cow press here that I set up. It's not full enough to actually squash the cows yet. I'm not going to spend too much time here right now. I just want to feed the cows. And whenever my food starts to get a bit low, you know, that's when I'll come back here and, you know, actually feed all the animals, harvest a bunch of them. I set up this automatic egg thrower. It's a dispenser, chest hopper, simple redstone circuit. You may have noticed the that kind of like wall made out of wood next to the I don't want to call it the old chicken pen, but the chicken pen that I built and then immediately tore down. That was for the last chicken egg launcher. It was flinging them horizontally. The reason I made this one vertical was sometimes the old one would glitch and the baby chick would end up stuck inside of the wall and it would just suffocate in there. So I made this one point down just to avoid that. And look at all these eggs. I mean, this is obviously why I built the automatic egg launcher, because with this many chickens laying this many eggs, just throwing them all manually, huge hassle. I will toss these last 5, though. Alright, and the cows. Just gonna feed the herd once. Yeah, the cows and the chickens both took a lot of casualties while I was leading them up the mountain. Uh, Less than half made it all the way up from when I started back down at the base. The chickens recovered pretty much instantly. I think this is about the same number because, well, this is Minecraft and they're chickens. Anything else I want to get out of here? Let's grab the dirt. And some of this fencing. I haven't decided what I want to do with the rest of the sheep yet. Um, like I mentioned, I have an automatic wool farm, which we can take a look at in just a minute. So I'm automatically harvesting wool of every color. So I could just, kill them all. Take the meat, take the wool that they've got now, or I could spend the time to try to lead them up the mountain and set up a new pin for them. Haven't decided. But they're not causing framing issues for me, so I'm not in too much of a rush. Alright, now the automatic wool farm, which is also a... I don't want to call it a super smelter, because it's not that big, but it is an automatic smelter, and it can go through things pretty fast. So here we are. This is roughly the world spawn point, which for this world is about 0, 0. It'll sometimes spit you out on top of this tree right here, sometimes down on the ground among all these flowers. So I just wanted to spruce this area up a little bit. Look a bit nicer if I managed to die without a spawn point set. And, if I ever have guest players on this server, they'll get to enter the world in a nicer looking spot. And so the building is obviously just a very crude shape. All this dirt is temporary. Right here is the output for the smelter. There's nothing in there right now. These barrels, at least for now, are catching all the wool. By the time I finish this, I will have added some more hoppers, just to get them a bit lower, where they're more convenient to grab. This first story is the only place where I ever plan on going, at least on a routine basis. Once I, renovate the outside, to decorate it, make it look presentable, there won't be any reason to go up to the second or third story. It's all automated. Let's see, is there anything in here that I can burn? Sure, we can make some more charcoal, why not? Alright, so from the first floor, we've got this little water elevator that leads to some flowing water. That leads to the minecart hopper, which you can't see, that's above there. Minecart hopper is going to distribute everything that it picks up into these furnaces. Alright, so if we go up here, I guess we still can't see it. Here we go. That minecart takes the items off of that slab once the water washes them over there, puts it in a row of hoppers beneath, and the hoppers distribute it into the furnaces. Now, this minecart that's going in circles right here is collecting bamboo that these pistons are breaking onto the track. That's the fuel that my furnaces are using, and that's all automatic. Whenever these observers see bamboo growing, which, you know, is whenever it reaches this third block of height, these pistons are just going to break it, send it on down. And on top, the mine rail on top of that is it's for the wool collection. I just want to go down here again for one more second. So you can see all the furnaces are going right now. The system doesn't it tends to not distribute the items that are getting burned equally, but I've tested it. It catches all the items, it gets them in the furnaces. Earlier today I threw 3 different stacks of stuff in there. Some cobblestone, some stone, and some wood logs, and I got all 3 stacks back as the finished products, 100%. Okay, so I already pointed out those mine carts. They have hoppers. They are collecting the wool. That gets automatically clipped by these dispensers. They're also running off of observers. It's pretty standard in terms of the redstone. I just spaced my sheep a little differently. Instead of a checkerboard pattern, I moved this row of sheep 2 blocks away from these guys. And that was because the rails needed to go on top of my observers from the whoops. Alright, this one's my silk touch. The rails needed to go on top of the observers that are... Oh no. Oh, you jerk. Why did you do that? Okay, well at least I got my block back now. Alright. Nope. Good. For a second I thought it was going to fall into one of the other pins. That would have made this a lot harder to fix. Come here. Here, it's... Fixing this is harder than setting it up, because I have to get him to go into this specific little pin. Alright. I can let the hopper carts collect the lead. And it's already gone, so one of them did. Okay, maybe they didn't. Oops. Ow. We're gonna find this lead. Did it in one of these hoppers? Did it make it all the way down? It shouldn't have made it all the way down into a barrel. There's the lead. Yeah, and the bamboo farm, it's going 2 ways. It's producing a lot. I think the chances of it ever running out of fuel are pretty low. All the furnaces are full. All of the fuel loading hoppers are... They're not full, but they have a lot in them. And I think pretty soon we're going to start seeing some backup into the hopper minecart. So I need to burn a lot of stuff at the same time if I'm ever going to, overwhelm this and make it run out of fuel. Which running out of fuel would be pretty bad for a bamboo system like this because when it gets more and starts loading bamboo sticks one at a time, those one sticks aren't going to get all the way through smelting something. So while the building is unfinished like this, I do like to kind of cheat a little bit and throw it this bamboo that I've chopped manually. Just to help it get its buffer all the way up. Oh, looks like the minecart itself has a little bit of backup in it. That's great. Well, it's still depositing stuff. So, it's not like these fuel hoppers are all full. But actually, they're getting pretty close. Some of them are. Well, anyway, as you can see, 64 charcoal. Um, all of the logs made it through here and successfully got burned. So, the system works. I never actually used... I went through a lot of trouble to get stained glass for all different colors of sheep. And I ended up not using them. And I think that was mostly because I ended up doing this indoors in a spot that's going to get covered up by a decorative building, and I should rarely ever see my wool farming machine again. The only reason for me to go in there would be to replace shears, or to just add more of them to the dispensers. But I really shouldn't need to do that very much, if ever, because they just have a lot of durability. Yeah, so I could go ahead and add some. The iron that I have on me, I believe, is going to be enough to add 2 backup sets of shears to each of these dispensers. Um, which will keep them going for a long time. Where's my iron at? Oh no, the minecart's picked up my iron. Well, be aware of your surroundings, I guess. Okay, the minecart has them. Give me those. That should be all of it. So anyway, this project turned out pretty good. Oh my king, this project turned out great. This is exactly what I wanted. I just have all the wool that I'm ever gonna need forever. I don't have any I don't have any projects that I'm working on right now that require a bunch of wool. So my needs for now are just satisfied, and yeah, I can just build up. I can just build stuff up for whenever I do have a project. Um. Okay, this inventory stuff is getting annoying. Offhand. Yeah. Well, I guess shift clicking is just not actually a time saver for me right now, is it? Oh, and it produced an odd number even. 9. Okay, that's enough. I can fit it all in my inventory. I've got one bonus set of shears. It's weird. Oh no, I've got 2. I think that means I missed one of the dispensers. Okay, the random torch is fine. This place is gonna need light whenever I do build it up anyway. Alright, so what I think I want to do with this space in terms of decoration is make it look like a restaurant. Specific. Oh my god! Oh, yeah, you started this fight. I'm gonna finish it. No, you're gonna. No, I'm gonna finish it. Jeez. You all saw that, right? It teleported right in front of me. I tend to leave those guys alone, but man, that one just that one just wanted a piece of me, I guess. Where'd all these saplings come from? No, I guess I picked them up when... Yeah, I cleared out a bit more forest over here. Just because I didn't like how close the tree line was. It, you know, that can give the undead mobs cover from the sun. Can make things like... Make it easier for things like creepers to sneak up on you. So future plans. This is going to be the first rail station that I make out in the world. Well, either this spot and the human village where I've got the iron farm and all that. Those are the 2 contenders. Uh, this one looks to be an easier project, and that's probably that's probably going to carry it. It would also be a reason to be over here and have this chunk loaded so that my automatic farms can do stuff. I could switch back and forth if as I was working on either of these 2 projects, if I start to feel like I'm hitting a little bit of a brick wall or something. doesn't need to be over here. Not really. But yeah, I'm gonna make a rail line from here to the base, and from the base, I'm also gonna put some canals in the base so that I can just take boats directly through the mountain instead of winding around on that river. And my rail lines are going to run kind of through there and connect with it. And then there's going to be a water elevator, for access to, the canal slash rail station area. I mean, that might be the best thing to work on tonight. Uh, just because, it would make it easier to get around. It would save time in the future, but it's also pretty boring. See, I guess another thing we could do is uh, go exploring in these caves a bit. I've sort of known that there were caves back here for a while. Like there was part of the cavern that I built my base in that I couldn't access, or that I never did access because there was a steep drop. There was total darkness, enemies and stuff. And it's not great to have all that sort of unexplored danger around. I think there might be a hidden cave or something kind of up high in the mountain that is interfering with my monster spawner. Because I've noticed that if I spend a lot of time up there, it will eventually kind of slow down. And I know that somewhere around here there is there's a cave that's not too far from the surface. When I go over there, I can often hear, zombies moaning and gurgling and whatnot. Yeah, and I really need to heal up after that Enderman fight. I have any melon seeds? Wait a minute. I don't need to... Actually, you don't need to replant melons as you harvest them, do you? Oh, I've got the seeds just in case. I might put Silk Touch on this axe at some point. If I can, gain access to the enchantment again. In order to harvest whole melons to trade for emeralds. Uh, one thing that I should say, this area is not finished yet. I want to put more of these little, square crop farm areas over here. Just make a whole row of them, and the sheep pen is obviously in the way. In the area back here, I was thinking I might use mine carts to import a few villagers. Just so that I can do a few of my preferred trades from right here. Not have to carry as much junk over to the village in llamas or in my donkey. So just like a butcher, a farmer or two. Uh, Maybe a cartographer, that I can trade the paper from all this sugar cane to. Just the really basic, just the really basic farm stuff. Potentially a Fletcher to sell chicken feathers to, because whenever I need experience, like if I were to, heaven forbid, fall into lava and lose all of my gear, uh, the way that I would get experience for new enchantments would be killing chickens. Like I'm pretty like I think it's honestly better than my monster spawner. At the very least, I would use some of both. And yeah, I mean that's a lot of feathers and a lot of raw chickens. Trading the feathers to a Fletcher would add even more experience per hour per minute or whatever to that. Yeah, I'm realizing the villager trading is actually a lot of XP in and of itself. I mean, just by moving tools in and out of my offhand, like I've been able to I've been able to just repair all my gear for free a couple of times, just while I'm trading junk for emeralds. We've got way too many melon slices. Now, we'll get through them eventually, I'm sure. Just gotta keep that health up, or that hunger up so the health can regenerate. Is emeralds in there? No, that was my inventory. Uh, Such a mess. I am so bad at keeping this stuff organized. Alright, put the melon seeds back. I guess I don't need the bamboo for now. Grass block. I could see a grass block being convenient. It actually would have been convenient while I was building that wool farm, because even using dirt block as the entire, temporary structure, it took a long time for grass to spread all the way up to the top level, where my sheep actually are. I think I'm gonna harvest some honey while I'm here. I went through the effort of setting up these beehives, and I haven't used them once yet since I moved them. Okay, I can get into here without being stung. Oh no. Please don't open the door. Oh, has you all seen the that video? It's on YouTube. Nicolas Cage loses his shit for like 5 minutes or something. Half of his like, not the bees, not the bees, ah! And it's got that really dramatic like classical cello music or whatever playing in the background. Requiem for a Dream. I think that's the name of the song. Killing me won't bring back your honeybees. Ah! I feel kind of like that in this game because like getting stung is so bad. Not not so much because of the damage because it really isn't that much damage, but the bee dies. That's such a hassle. Right, it's wow, been 42 minutes already just walking around talking about nothing. Yeah, time really flies with this game, doesn't it? So, I don't know. I still haven't figured out what to do. So, why don't we just why don't we just go over here and see if we can find this tunnel with the enemies. And we'll see if we can yeah, we'll just start digging around in there and you know, I guess we'll say that this is starting work on the canals. Now let's see, the canal I think I actually want to go through right here. So I should actually go ahead and clear. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out four columns. One of them I'm going to leave a bit of one of them I'm going to use as a walkway. Okay, it's gonna make me fill all this. It's gonna make me fill in all this water manually. That's gonna be a hassle. I mean, it's something I've done before, so it's not like it's impossible. It is just such a hassle to get all of the blocks to turn into water sources like you want them to be. Actually, I think we can go ahead and put these in our offhand for now. Gonna harvest this coal. Because it still bothers me just seeing exposed coal and iron veins in the walls. Even when it's not my world. It's another streamer, you know, like Hololive or something, and their base just has a bunch of coal and iron veins exposed everywhere. It just bothers me so much. Looking at you, crony. I guess I didn't notice any in the Minecraft stream she did the other night, so maybe it all got mined out, but I mean, certainly for a long time there was a lot of just exposed, unmessed with stone on the wall. and that included coal and iron ore. I don't know, maybe that makes me a very needy viewer. Yeah, I actually have a bit of raw ore that I've been harvesting with my Silk Touch. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't really want to smelt it. I mean, these blocks are kind of like, they're not rare, but it's like you wouldn't normally have them. And I don't know. I just wanna keep at least like a small supply of them. I have a ton of regular coal ore. I know about copper. The only deep slate I have any ore blocks from is iron. I did something that I really regret earlier today, and I mined out a bunch of diamonds um, using my regular pickaxe, the one that doesn't have Silk Touch, and I didn't have fortune on it, but as it turns out, and I kind of thought this might have been the case at the time. Yeah, one of my villagers just has Fortune 3, one of my librarians. It was like, all I would have had to do to get, like, 2 or 3 times as many diamonds, and it was a big deposit. It was 6, ores. That could have been, like, 12 or something. All I would have had to do was make a little trip to the village, uh, pay some emeralds. Yeah, it was a huge punt. You know, or I had the Silk Touch on me. I could have just, like, picked up the diamonds, you know, and stuck them in my, you know, countertop salesman sample room. Really need to come up with a better name for that room. Just the room where I have the samples of, or where I plan to have all the samples of all the different blocks displayed. Which, you know, that's another thing that I really ought to get up and running ASAP, because I mean, shoot, just for the like the I already mentioned that I want to put that restaurant or ramen shop um, on the first floor of my smelting and wool building. It's like I've determined that I want to use a lot of wood for the interior, but you know, as far as like which types of wood, because it's going to be more than one, do I want to use for the different, like, you know, fake tables and chairs and everything? Like that's still kind of up for there's still to be determined. Yeah, we got a bunch of this coal ore already. I don't feel any need to silk touch it. Got over one full stack. I'll just drop a torch there for now. Alright, so I want to go over to the other side and into my base to just kind of figure out what shape these tunnels need to be. Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to... Oh, that was close. Wanted to see if I could get a sense of where this cave I'm looking for is. You know, it might be as simple as just like swimming around or here. There may be a place where I can just pop up. I've got to be careful with this though. It's really easy to get lost in underwater caves and drown. If there's one takeaway from Subnautica, that's it. Do not do not scuba dive into underwater caves. You will drown. It kills a lot of scuba divers in real life and kills a lot of Subnautica players. Drowning is definitely the thing that killed me the most in that game. And like in a very distant second place were those suicide bomber fish. I think they were called crash fish. That were actually also lived in caves, making them even more dangerous. And they would just like swim at you, blow up, make you die. Oh yeah, while we're here, I've also added some stuff up here. Got a lava dripper, so that there's always fuel up here for smelting. I'm actually gonna fire this up while I'm here. Kill these guys real quick. Let's see, I've also placed a grindstone right there so that, you know, I can just dust the crappy enchantments that's on the crappy gear that these guys drop into experience. The smelter can turn the gold and iron and whatnot, all that gear, into metal nuggets. And yeah, I'm just keeping the bows for now. Like crappy beat up bows, they are kind of useful because you need bows to make dispensers, and the condition doesn't matter. Dispensers don't break or anything. Now I just used up 16 dispensers on my wool farm, so once I am able to mine some more redstone out, I can start replenishing that. See, we got some leather gear right here. Leather, you unfortunately can't melt down. So, yeah, and I don't know of any way to like turn this back into leather, so it just gets tossed off the edge. I need to get mending on this stuff. Do want to repair my shovel while I'm up here, because I find it's the shovel that's always running out of durability. Wait, did we get anything else interesting? Not really. There's a stack of rotten flesh that I can load onto the llamas. Oh yeah, I should mention, I crafted a perfect bow and I've misplaced it. Like, I didn't die or anything, so it's not gone, but I don't know where it is. Yep, that's not it. So yeah, if anyone is in the chat and sees, you know, a random magic bow sitting around, just like yell at me. Let's see. I'll stick this in the going down box. We're gonna pop down. We pop out right next to storage, so might as well just grab a few items. It's a lot of stone. Right, pickaxe is back in tip-top shape. So yeah, I won't bother fiddling with that stuff anymore. Another project that I want to do is renovating my monster farm. Well, this is actually a two-part project. So I found a spider spawner a few days ago. It's near the nether portal that the ruined nether portal that I've been using for a while now. And what I want to do is build a spider farm there, like, you know, spiders specifically. And then renovate my monster spawner up top to not allow spiders to spawn anymore. Because I'm noticing more and more that, like, spiders in the monster spawner are kind of a pain in the ass. They climb up the walls. They can hang around up in the top. They don't stay in the bottom when you're trying to swing at them. And you can end up with just a bunch of spiders that are in there alive, but you can't hit them or, you know, get rid of them or anything. And, you know, if I'm up there for a significant amount of time, if I actually want to farm XP instead of just you know, picking up a load of gunpowder or whatever, that having having spiders around just cuts into your really cuts into your profits, so to speak. So I would like to have those. I would like to have those things gone. And with the spider spawner, um, I can just, you know, I can get my fermented spider eyes and my string from that spawner, and then the one here can just generate loot from the other monsters and more experience. Okay, so this is the only major change to the base, I believe. Base itself. Since the last time I streamed, I set up a brewing room in here. We've got infinite water supply. chest with some supplies and a crafting table. I don't have any kind of farm or anything set up for the brown mushrooms yet. I do actually have blaze rods now because I managed to go to and survive a nether fortress, which was pretty difficult. There are none close to the portal that I use, and I had to use a chunk locator to find a nether fortress, and it was 600 or 700 blocks away from my portal. Through some difficult terrain, like there was a crimson forest. I think they're called crimson forest. One with all the red mushrooms and the hoglins and stuff, like the dangerous enemies. And the first time I made it there, I I exited on strategically just a really bad spot. Because blazes had an easy time shooting at me. I didn't find this out until after I was already, down on the balcony, but there was lava blocking the balcony, so I couldn't actually get to the fortress proper. Had to retreat. The next time that I came there, I had better equipment. I had oh, and my tools broke. But the next time I came there, I had better equipment, fresh tools. I actually got lost on the way over, and ended up like mining out a another way in there, and was able to mine pretty much directly into the building. Okay, so what do we got here? We got roughly 100. Yeah. Yeah, so there's sun's going down. All right, so the canals are they're gonna do some curving. I just need to figure out where I want kind of the main area where everything intersects to be. Because the rails are gonna go into the canal's access area, then out onto the village. The canals are gonna go from over there to over there, and the geography of the water body just doesn't line up. Seriously? That has worked for me before. Don't really care about these guys, I just wanted to sleep. Alright, so the canals themselves. That one, it's gonna exit onto the river at about 100. This one is exiting to the river at about 135. They probably about halfway between those would be good. Except I also need to think about which room in my base is going to be access. I'd like it to be close. See, the village, I think, was about 50 was where it made sense for the village rail station to be. You know, they're not going to line up 100% into like a four-way intersection, but they should be pretty close to each other. Okay. So, I actually feel like I hate all these death traps. We about to see a Darwin Award right here? I guess not. These villagers are definitely dumb enough to do something like walk into the lava right there. So, yeah, for the village, just kind of go anywhere. That's the, I guess that's the z-axis we care about right now, and 0 is kind of pushing it, but like 20 seems good, 20 to 50. And the spawn rail station isn't going to be at the actual 0, 0. Guess that's the last place to take a look. Should have grabbed my donkey before I came over here. Okay, so the two canal exits are about 100 and about 135. The village rail station could be anywhere from about 20 to 50 on the Z. And let me just take a look at which direction the spawn rail is going to be from the actual spawn point. Because it's going to be a good like 10, 15, 20 blocks away from the actual 0, 0. I just hope it's in the positive direction. I think it is. We should be able to see it from here. So this is a decent estimate about where the tracks probably ought to run. And we are at 15. Okay, so the rails should be going at about 20, 25 maybe. For the spawn point in the village. So the meeting point for the hub is going to be somewhere around, okay, these are negative numbers, but yeah, the meeting point for the hub is going to be around like negative 115, 120, somewhere around there for the canals. And about plus 20 to 25 for the spawn point to village rail network. So now I need to pick a room in my base where the elevator is going to be. And it's going to be an up elevator. My base is well below the canals, which are below the rails that I want. So the second story would be best. And it cannot be this room. Okay, so this room is pretty close for the rail network. It is way off for the canals. This room is decent. This room is decent for the canals. It's stuff. Well, do I need to make a side room? I think I might. It's like over here. This area over here, it's really good for the is good for the rails. I mean, I guess also 20 blocks is kind of an acceptable amount of walking to do. So I guess I could put it up here. There would just be a little bit of walking involved. Put it in this room. Yeah, this would lead pretty much directly to the canals. And I'd be walking about 30 meters to the 30 meters to the rails. Come off. Yeah, and if I put it over here, I'd come out right on top of the rails. And could be near the canals. So this empty room right here, I would say is the leading candidate for our access point. All right, so we might favor the I think it was the outer beach canal point, just to accommodate that, because it was right around 100. It's gonna be a little close to this room's X coordinate. And the Y is just kind of easy enough to get right. Okay, so make the canal curve. I guess we can do a single S pattern, and we can make it curve somewhere fairly close to right here. That way, yeah, if the canal is already at the 100 or whatever, the roughly 100 um, coordinates, then it can be a quick walk from here to the canals. Oh, I am not looking forward to filling up all this water. So let's make the curve. Hmm. Alright, so the rail station's gonna be a little bit that way. Say, we'll say the Z of 30 is where the is where that canal is gonna curve this way, east. Yeah, and then I'll just kind of have like a big room where the rails and the the rails are up there, the canals are right here, and then the base elevator is like going down. And it's nighttime. And that was not the elevator I needed to take. Alright, so let me just immediately turn around. Get out of my inventory. Immediately turn around, and we're going to go up and use the bed in the monster spawner. And then we can get digging. Yep. I lost my original buddy, but now I've got this little buddy. Let's leave that stuff alone. Up, down. Yeah, this elevator shaft is kind of sloppy. This is another thing to get done. Just convert all the stone columns into glass. That might be more of an off-stream project. Wouldn't be very interesting, although it also wouldn't take very long. Right, how close are we to the... We're about halfway to the 30 Z coordinate. Where are the... Oh, there's the torches. Okay, this is 30, so... Well, let's just go back. Get the whole tunnel out to here. A lot of cobblestone. I was actually running low on cobblestone for a while. I used a lot of it to build redstone devices, dispensers, observers, things like that for the project out there. And I'd also been bringing quite a few stacks into the nether. Um, you know, to build bridges, to fortify the platform that I spawn on in there from ghasts. And just to use a visually distinct overworld block to help myself navigate around. What else was I using this stuff for? I mean, sure, the occasional, like, shovel or something every now and then. But, yeah, I actually ran the chest of cobblestone that's in my storage room about, like, halfway to empty. Kind of an accomplishment, I get, in a way. My supply of dirt I pretty much exhausted with my wool producer and smelter. Like, actually exhausted it. And some terraforming projects. Like the area where the chicken pen I briefly used is right now. That used to be just a death pit with a monster cave in it. So a 2 deep layer of dirt on top of that burned off a lot of stuff I'd accumulated. Yeah, that's how I want it. Gonna take some more of this copper as the natural block. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do anything with all these weird ore blocks I'm collecting. Maybe I will. I was doing some exploring a couple nights ago and found a fair number of emerald ore blocks that I mined out with my silk touch. Uh, those are not something you see every day. Well, my cup runneth over. Just gonna finish cutting out the bottom of this, and then I'll go back for that ore. Kind of dark over here. Yeah, I guess I'm not strip mining right now, so I can't place the torches quite as far apart as I like to. Lazuli, I don't think I have any Lazuli ore blocks yet. Redstone is another thing that I've run myself out of. When I found those 6 diamonds the other day, uh, I was strip mi I was not strip mining for diamonds. I was strip mining for redstone. Okay. So those blocks are for the actual canal, and then one more for the walkway. But yeah, by the time I finished the wool farm and smelter, I was down to less than 1 stack of redstone. Need to get silk touch on my shovel. I got no use for this flint. Gotta save that gravel for concrete. Alright, let's drop off a load of this cobblestone, get it out of the inventory. And then I'm going to go to the other side of the mountain and tunnel my way in. Let's see, can I get down right here? This is looking pretty sketchy, actually. Okay, we made it. One other thing I want to get up and running for my base is a farm for glow ink. Think we're going to be close enough for that furnace to run while I'm gone. Because it's like, it's so easy to set up a farm for that. Like I guess the hardest thing is setting up the water and the signs, but like, I'm obviously like deep enough. You know, because I've got the underground base and all. It's like not a hard farm set up. You just need some water blocks that are 0 light level, which is again not that difficult. Andesite gravel. And the glow ink is pretty cool. I would really like to have a supply of that. I've been putting these ores. Okay, I've actually got quite a bit of the copper. Barely any iron, and barely any deep slate. And it's garbage. I should probably restrict myself to like 1 stack per ore. Because I don't want just like to slowly accumulate like 4 or 5 stacks of like coal or copper ore blocks. I don't think I'm ever gonna need that many. I may not use a single one in an actual project in the entire time that I play this world. You know, let alone like multiple stacks. Right. Don't want the mine. Sun's about to go down, so let's just hit the monster spawner. Sleep up there. Might as well get the durability bonus. Could you stop jumping, please? Okay, that ought to do it. Guess I need to move this bed back again. Yeah, sorry, little buddy. It's a little bit further back. I don't know if it'll be enough. This is what I was talking about with the spiders. Like that one, it just kept going up there where I couldn't hit it. Ah, nice redstone. Oh, glad I decided to kill a few of these guys. Yeah, I used up pretty much all my redstone on the wool farm and smelter, and now I'm going to try to build a rail network. So, I kind of just need all the redstone I can get. Oh no. I wish I had my good bow. Bows are just so overpowered in this game. Yeah, I'm not worried about the bow. I just want it back. It is inconvenient to not have it. It's also a good chance to mine out some sand. Yeah, I've been pretty cheap with sand in all of my building projects and whatnot, but I don't know, the rivers just have more than I really appreciated. Like, look at that this little beach right here. It looked like nothing. It looks like the dinkiest little, sand pile you've ever seen, but I'm getting stacks. So, I've actually had enough sand this whole time for all of my concrete and glass projects. I could have been making TNT, although don't know what I'd actually do with TNT. I don't know. I would like TNT better if you could, if you had more ability to just use it as a projectile. But they kind of make it hard this game. I know you can set up dispensers and stuff, but like that's for kind of just like defensive or oh, what's the word? Like not casual, but just entertainment usage. All right, another beach destroyed by a greedy Minecrafter. Okay, so I think we're going with. I'm gonna kind of restore the natural shape of the beach at least. Well, I would if I had dirt. So 100. That's 100. 101. 2. 103. So Alright, so these three are going to be canal. Get these. Yeah, I want to take enough so that it's clearly marked. And then this one is... Do I even need walkway? Well, let's have a walkway for now. And I think I'm going to build a tunnel for this part of the canal. Probably a glass one. Since we do have this really gradual slope right here that it cuts through. Alright, 3 is the height. I am not out of dirt anymore. Okay, these should actually be deeper. Yeah, like this. More lapis, awesome. Yep, we got a lot of water that we're gonna need to mess with right here. I don't really care about the texture too much. I think this is the silk touch. Yes, it is. Andesite, this is another thing that I've just kind of been accumulating. I've been putting polished andesite around my water elevators in my base, but still nowhere near nowhere near like actually using any of it up, any significant amount. I mean, sure those bubble elevator doors or frames are they're like something, I guess, but yeah, I wish I could figure out use for this stuff. Copper. I wonder if this is different than the regular copper. Nope. Doesn't matter that it's an andesite. Find it out with the fortune pickaxe then. Whoops. Yeah, this mountain has one of those mega copper ore veins. Where it's basically just like tons and tons of granite and copper. I think are the 2 blocks. So I'm set for the life of this world on copper. Mined out tons and tons of it already. And there's just... I'm not going to run out. Even in the area around my base, I'm just never going to get it all. get rid of these wheat seeds. And it's getting dark. Should have brought a bed with me. I've still got one set up at the spawn location, so let's just make our mad dash. Where did we come from? Over here, I think? I've gotten pretty lost exploring the last few times, so I don't really trust my sense of direction as much as I used to. Kind of like that string. Get out of here, eggs. Oh no. What we should do, actually, is use the chests over here. Oh, and load up the smelter. That's so much fun. I like watching it all get carried off. Yeah, sure. Let's throw this in too. Here they go. Yep, and that's gonna be a pretty big burn, so... Yeah, I won't always do this. I definitely won't do this in the future, but... For now, I'm just gonna keep harvesting this stuff and throwing it to my minecart. Guess I could just load some of this stuff directly. I mean, I can access the hoppers from the first floor. Okay, that was the wrong one. I know there was one that was, like, actually pretty low compared to the others. Maybe that got corrected since the last time I was here? Alright, back to work we go. I guess I could have dumped some of this stuff into chests too. That's fine though. Well, this is pretty dull. Gonna save a lot of time in the future though. It takes like a minute for me to do the loop around the mountain. Whenever I'm in a boat. And then it adds extra time with the portage across the land that I have to do. So it's probably gonna save me like 2 minutes every time I sail off towards the Nether portal. I think east is the direction. Yeah, my pickaxe was a little too good there. There's normally just a problem with a shovel. All right, what are our coordinates at? Wait, did we actually pass? Oh yeah, we passed the intersection spot by quite a bit actually. Strip mine in this way. Should pop out the other side before too long. 18, about halfway there. Yeah, F2 is not the key where I would put the screenshot button. Ooh boy. Hmm. Well, I knew that was a possibility. I'm gonna go to the other side and see where that one pops out. Yeah, we can still do this canal, but that massive cave is gonna make it harder. So here we're about 0. Wait a minute. Did we even reach the spot where we're supposed to branch off? Or where we're supposed to jog? Turn. Curve? It's back down here. Oh, we're at negative 30. We go forward until actual 30 here. So, yeah, that cave is a later problem. It's not a now problem. Full again. Uh, well, let's go to the wool farm again. I guess that's not the worst time to have a full inventory since the sun was going down anyway. Even in a torchlit cave, I don't really want to be awake at night because it connects directly to the outside. It would have been a good way for a creeper to just sneak up on me. I actually don't mind dropping off this cobblestone, because I feel like I'm probably going to use a lot of it in either the rail station or rail, uh, the rails themselves. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's nettle fire. Cool. Drop off this random bow here. Also, I'll drop off these lanterns. Of course, there's no place to put them. Oh, come on, there's gotta be some way I can compress all this. Well, this pile is still pretty small. Just gonna take a peek on how the smelting is going. It's like most of them are done. That one's almost done. Yeah, smelter works great. These stacks are all here, and I counted all the stone ones are in furnaces and going to finish. One of the reasons I'm really looking forward to this rail system is it'll just make it so much easier to transport items because I'll be able to, load a chest in a minecart, like an entire chest, instead of um, a few columns like with a llama, and then just send it somewhere else. If I need to smelt stuff, just put it on the rail carts, send it to the send it to the smelting facility. If I need a bunch of wool, just like walk over there, grab it, put it in a minecart, send it back to base. Oh, hello. We're at 1. So, that is not a convenient spot. But we've got all that glass we just smelted, so I mean, we'll make the tunnels. We'll make the glass tunnels pretty soon. Just want to come back here and grab this ore. Before I forget it's there. can't easily get down or interact with this cavern from here. And just for good measure, I'm going to wall it off with dirt. Been making a lot of soup the last few days. Real life, not Minecraft. It's just, with the ingredients I have on hand, it's just like the most convenient thing that I can cook. You know, because it's like bring some bone broth up to a boil and then just like dump stuff into it. Noodles, carrot slices, whatever other like random meat and vegetables are around. I buy, what I call these things, bacon globs sometimes. It's like, all the trimmings and stuff from the bacon factory. So instead of the neat little strips, you're getting like, big, oddly shaped chunks and, strands of meat and fat. And it tends to be quite a bit cheaper than the nice, neat little, like, pan strips. But yeah, that's really great for a soup. Because it's like, you drop it in, you got your meat. But the bacon fat will cook out into the broth, at least a lot of it will, and work as your aroma oil. Super good. Okay, so we've got access right here. Here you go. Are you the one that I was fighting just now? Huh. I thought I knocked him over that way, but I guess not. Okay, well, I guess we need a torch over here. I don't know, I think I might as well just, like, wall this off. Because, I mean, it's all gonna get covered up by my canals anyway. At least that little area. Obviously not the entire giant box canyon. Alright, so yeah, that little, access point to whatever that area is, just not very useful. Yeah, we can get everything all uniform and better looking later. Just keep doing the raw mining here. My shovel's getting low again. And I'm really only half digging out. No, I guess I am digging out this section. Okay. So looks like I was taking out a bit more ceiling before. Mine. That sounds like a full inventory to me. Not sure which direction I should go. I guess I'll head towards my actual base. Well, I imagine my cobblestone chest is in pretty good shape again. Yep. It's getting full enough I'm gonna have to move the tuff. I actually don't have huge amounts of the other types of stone. You know, this coal is starting to get in the way. I don't like to use coal as fuel anymore, because I think it's more valuable as emeralds. Guess this is still the chest to put it in. Also, I can just get basically infinity emeralds because of my iron farm. And the dumb little pit trap that I use on the golems. Let's see. Let's get the... Really have a good spot for the leads out here, but I can get this redstone out of my inventory. And I guess the sticks. I'll go ahead and use one of the beds in here. so I don't have just so I don't have any friends sneak up on me while I'm mining out. Well, I may have to change plans a bit for the station because I don't want I don't want it to be exposed to the just general outside world, which it definitely is where I'm mining right now. Looks like this is going to be a pretty steep incline. Well, let's turn this on. 12, 21, 30. Okay, so there should be plenty of space inside the mountain. I'm just going through an exposed area. I should have grabbed glass while I was in there. Yeah, sounds like we've got a friend. Maybe not? Thought I heard a skeleton creeping around. Well, no sign of anything. Pluck these off. It's kind of a waste of inventory, but I was gonna pick those. I was gonna pick up stacks of those anyway. Well, what am I gonna do with all this cobblestone? It's good to have some on hand, but I feel like digging this canal out is gonna give me more than I really want. Gonna end up with that problem where you've just got like, a million chests full of rocks and nothing to do with them. Yeah, I guess there is the rail system, but like yeah, the rail system won't use up all of this, but it'll use up quite a bit. It's like I'm not gonna use dirt for that. I'm gonna use some kind of stone for all of the like support beams and stuff. The rail station is gonna use up some kind of stone. Not cobble, but either stone or smooth stone. Use up a fair bit there. Both the one at the smelter and the one at the village. Alright, where are we at now? 40. Okay, we actually did overshoot this time by quite a bit. I will go ahead and take this coal right here, but stop moving forward. There's no point to going any further. So where is 30? Right. And this is where I was going to strip mine and just connect the two tunnels. Shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure if I actually... I'm not sure if I actually did my tunnel, the other side. Okay, looks like I did. Alright, so we've connected our two canals. The ceiling in here so high. Shovel's getting pretty banged up. I have to go and maybe break a smelter or something pretty soon. 30, 30, 30. You know what? Let's just do the ones. Of course, I've got torches on both sides. You know what they say about construction work? There's no such thing as a small mistake. More gravel. I think gravel is useful. I'm not going to complain about finding it. Okay, so this row is supposed to be the walkway. Not that I think it matters too much. I'm probably just going to use the walkway while I'm putting the canal together, filling up the water. Once I'm done with all this, I don't think I'm ever going to use a walkway again. Stop giving me flint. Man, that's a lot of gravel. You know, I already have a pretty good supply of this stuff, but yeah, I really am set for the life of this seed. Alright, anything else in here? More gravel, sure. Sure, I'll take all the gravel. Some dirt I can stand on. There we go. Oof, my poor shovel. Yep, next full inventory, definitely need to get this shovel repaired. Last one. How full are we? Oh, we've got plenty of space. We can keep going. Almost got the canal itself up and running. Not sure how I want to tackle the rails yet. Also, I'm gonna need to do some research on what like light rail platforms actually look like. Yeah, I've used a few while traveling, but you know, I live in an area that doesn't have much mass transit infrastructure, so yeah, I've barely ever used light rail, and I don't really know what a station looks like. Would like mine to be, I don't know, somewhat similar to like an actual rail station. Alright, so do we have our channels actually cut out? Looks like we do. This is a problem. Alright, so let's go to the other side if we can find it. and just head up to the base. Want me to shoot you? Like, you're just standing there. You know, if I was thinking ahead a little bit better, I could have used my Silk Touch for a while. And gotten some stone blocks that I could use to fill in holes. Because I'd rather not have random patches of cobblestone everywhere. I really need to do something with this bridge. I never even finished the structure for it, you know, let alone a finished product. How much experience are you gonna give me? It was less than I was expecting. Well, I guess I should head up to the XP farm for a minute. So much cobblestone. Alright, I'm gonna bring the rest of this stuff up to the spawner. Try to get some of it smelted. Yeah, I'm still pretty low on stone and smooth stone compared to how much cobblestone I have. Gotta be sure I'm, those are actually decent enchantments. Yeah, on a bow I'm gonna keep enchantments like that. And if I ever lose Nettle Fire, I'm just gonna be merging a bunch of bows together to create another perfect or near perfect one. I've got enough enchantments kind of stored up that I don't think I even need to use any lapis if I lose this bow. Couple of bottles. Let's just smelt these boots. I don't think the smelter up here is going to have like any significant amount of experience in it at all. Something made a funny noise. Is that a zombie villager or something? Looks like it. I'm just gonna repair this shovel all the way because it needs it. This thing is always broken. Alright, we can break that. How high does power go? Yeah, power 2 really isn't worth preserving. Either is punch 1. Yeah, 2 crummy enchantments is about as good as 1 crummy enchantment. Oh, witch. Stop healing yourself. Ooh, it dropped glowstone. You drop 3, I can make spectral arrows. This makes me so happy. Yeah, the last time I was in the Nether, I mined a lot of glowstone, but I used a silk touch because, partly because I thought that I would be able to turn glowstone blocks into glowstone powder. Turns out you can't. And I really wanted, I really wanted and still want, spectral arrows for elevator signs. Alright, well, my shovel's fixed, so I can, go ahead and check out of here. Get out of my inventory. Breaking 2, power 2. Yeah, these aren't really worth keeping around either, are they? Even as backups. You guys are so noisy. Seven. Okay, so there's a full stack here. Alright, let's get moving. There. And I'll just bring down the random junk I've collected. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the storage room because, I somehow didn't notice that I had 4 stacks of copper earlier. I'm not sure where I need those right now, so I'm just gonna leave them there. All gravel. Alright. Didn't wanna I didn't want to put any more cobblestone in there. Let's see if these furnaces will, see if these furnaces will take care of this or this cobblestone for me. Just hoping that I don't, like, go out of range and not get the burn done. Coal, coal, coal. I'll pass on the 65th arrow for now. Okay, so what next? I could get started here, although it's also getting pretty late. So it might make sense to just go ahead and end here. We got to show off all the new changes to the base and the new projects that went up around spawn. Got the tunnels for the canals built at least. You know, actually I know exactly what the next step is gonna be. It's the step that I am the least looking forward to, which is filling out the water. Because the canals are ready for the canals are ready for water. They will connect for me. I just have to fill them in. I should say they. It's not that they will connect; they are connected. I even picked up 3 buckets. Okay, well, this is gonna be tedious and time-consuming, so I think it makes sense to just put it off until next time, or maybe even just off stream. Yeah, it's best to start off or to the ground, right? I will admit it is a little satisfying when a bunch of it comes together. But no, that didn't give me any. Come on, give me the source blocks. Okay, I don't care about having some random dirt blocks in there, but I would like a level surface on the bottom. Oh, wow, that filled in a ton of water. Okay, so this is going a little smoother than I expected, but I don't know. I have to concentrate on it a little bit, and I don't think it's very interesting to watch. So now is a good time to end the stream. Get this water filled in off stream. Uh, hopefully before the next stream. And yeah, then we'll have this nice little canal going through the base. It's gonna save us a bunch of time and effort down the line. He's turning into source blocks. Yep, this... Sorry, I keep saying I'm gonna end the stream and then I don't end the stream. Um... Alright. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, hanging out. You have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you again soon.